I'm here with CHIKI Kuruka herself. Hi, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. First of all, you need to know that yesterday, Jana, I was just here waiting, and a chick came up to me and she's just like, "Hey, that's Kalundo. Ni kweli tu." I was just like, "Yeah." She's like to me,
Yeah.
I was just like, "Pole." So you're doing an amazing job.
Thank you so much, CHIKI. Thank you so much. And you're doing an absolute amazing job. UK, US, now in East Africa.
Yeah.
How has that been for you? Because I know you're the one handling everything behind the scenes.
I think the thing that's beautiful is Kenyans, man. Honestly, Kenyans show up, they show out, and it's so nice coming home.
Yeah.
Because you know when you're away,
Yeah.
it's like you're worried, like our guy's gonna come. You know, to do the O2 is not easy. So like our guy's really gonna come, our guy's really gonna show.
Yeah.
And they show and they come with their flags and they're so proud of Bien. But then you come home and the numbers we're doing in the O2, even with minimal effort, you can do here, you know? So it's just beautiful to be home, to be where Bien is from, where we love, where we fly the flag for every single day. And I'm just happy, man. I'm blessed.
What has been the most rewarding part of the tour so far?
I would definitely have to say O2. When I first started managing Bien, it was the year before I started managing Bien, I flew to London to watch Sauti at the O2. And I remember us sitting afterwards being like, wow, I already knew that they were going their separate ways at that point. It wasn't public. And I was like, wow, how long is it going to be before even us, we can do that? Because Sauti had been around for, at that time, 20 years, you know? Is it going to be another 20 years before we can do it? So to be able to have done the O2 2.5 years later, for me was just like, and then the thing that's scary or exciting about that is, anything that happens after that is something we've never done before. Up until this point, it's something that Bien has done before, so at least he knows kidogo what to expect. Like in Isai is new territory. So that for me is like a moment where I was like, now I need to come correct, because everything after this, we're just freestyling.
What would you say has been the toughest? Because you guys have gone from different states, different countries as well.
Honestly, and this is going to sound like kind of controversial, and I know this is supposed to be a bit more light, but I think the toughest thing is, outside of Kenya, East Africans are treated the least important. Africans are already not so important in the States, but Nigerians are ahead of us in terms of how because they're seeing the industry is very, very strong.
Yes.
So I think the toughest thing is to be in every room and to constantly have to prove why Bien is important, why Bien is special, not to Kenyans. In fact, Kenyans make it worthwhile. But because Kenyans, Tanzanians, Ugandans, the whole East African community, Rwandese will come out and they'll shout for Bien. But those spaces are owned by Wazungu. So you're there trying to explain, first and foremost, there's a place in Africa, it's East Africa, you know, and then there's a place in East Africa, it's called Kenya. And very often when we arrive, they assume we don't know what we're doing. And it takes us to fill out places, to kill the show. And then by the end of the show, they're so nice. But it's like every time you have to keep having that same circus of, we know what we're doing, we have a community that supports us, we're going to sell these tickets, we're going to do an amazing show. So it's kind of like having to constantly, and for me, Bien is not just my artist, he's my husband. And I take it very personal when people don't see his magic. So when I'm there constantly have to explain his magic, it's like at some point, Wongo. And CHIKI, because he's your artist and your husband at the same time, then how do you handle disagreements during this tour? Because kuna time anataka hiki but unataka kile. Girl. A fake smile goes a long way. I think what we've become really, really good at is there's Kazi and then there's personal life. You know, if it's time for, it's not just me and Bien. We are very aware that we are representing people. We are the only one in the global space. We take that very, very seriously, you get? So when we're in public, anything that's private is private. Anything that's personal is personal. You know, we don't bring, we also have a band, we also have dancers. You know, we're old enough to understand the power of the energy that you bring to a space.
Yeah.
And the craziest thing is, like, if you have like a kidogo disagreement about you've left your shoes out again and I've fallen over these shoes again.
Yeah.
And then you leave the house, and after then you do an amazing show, and then your adrenaline is high. Actually, a lot of things that maybe if you were just here, that would be arguments. They stop being arguments, because by the time you come home and you're like, we've just sold out a stadium, are we really still arguing about these shoes? I think it also really, really, really helps. Yeah, actually helps. Yeah.
Chiki, could you share a behind-the-scene moment that really made you proud of your husband?
Woo! Too many to mention, man. I think, well, there are so many moments. I think just generally and overall, Bien really is aware of his power and his space. In fact, let me give you two. First one is just after we did the Trace Awards and we did the song with Mario, and there's so much kind of like conversation online, and we did a press conference in Tanzania. And guys are really trying to bait Bien to say something negative about Tanzanian artists in general, because often there's that conversation of Kenyans, I'm a Tanzanians. And Bien just went, guys, if you travel the world, you will realize how dangerous this is. We must be together. Nigerians are 250 million people. Kenyans are 50, 60 million people. Tanzanians, Ugandans, about the same. So if we're not together, how on earth do you think we are commanding a global space? So I was just proud that he never allows himself to be baited into being negative unnecessarily about his peers. I think the second one for me is Breakfast Club. It's very hard to be in a space where someone is asking you really ignorant questions, actually, and you're just being graceful, educative, you know, you're reminding guys where you come from and that it's powerful, and that we must shift this narrative that America is like, you know, powerful and we are not, you know. So I think that moment as well, I was just like, how you maneuvered that interview when you're being asked very ignorant questions, for me is super powerful. Has the tour changed your relationship in any way, touring together? I'll be frank, I can't wait for the time, I think maybe in a year, where someone else will be managing tours, because it impacts our relationship really positively, because we get to see the world together and we get to see the wins together. But I think the amount that I have to do is unnatural. Like, I have to do the job of a manager and the job of a tour manager, and now that we're in Kenya, the job of an event organizer as well for the tour. And so at times, let's say if I haven't slept in 3 days, which can happen, I don't want to speak to anyone. Like, there is no kind of like reassuring words that you can give me. If we're doing let's say this tour now, of course we've just come back from America, right? America is a different time zone to Kenya. So that means that we do sound check, we do our stage time, alafu then straight after we do the after party, because in America normally you're paid for after parties. Alafu then we leave, everyone is sleeping, but me, Kenya then starts, and then I have to start planning Kenya time. So I don't have any like even breathing space to just be emotionally present, you know. And I think that the point is, as a manager, that's fine, but as a wife, you want to be able to say, wow, man, that was amazing today. Today was stressful, are you okay? But I just don't have the capacity. So I think it's made us closer, but I can't wait until someone else can do that day-to-day stuff. So me, when I'm on tour, I'm just meeting PR people and speaking to labels and doing those things, so that we can just enjoy the moments without pressure.
Chiki, we've known you through dance. Does that make pause first of all? Do you pause that for you and focus on Bien?
No. So I was very clear when I started my dance company. I think there's a very big difference. I think, I can't remember who it was. There was an entrepreneur that said, if your company fails without you, you haven't created a company, you've created a job. And I'm very, very aware of that. So for me, my company exists still. We still have clients. Whilst I was away, we did the R&B Fest. We've done work for multiple artists whilst I'm away. So I just have a very, very, very solid team, qua ground. So no, I would never. For me, when I was asked to manage, the first thing that I thought of was I can't lose myself in this, and myself is dance. So that must continue, because the uncomfortable reality is if in a year, 2 years time, Bien decides, okay, I want a different manager, and then what? You know, so for me, it was always very important that I maintain some sense of myself outside of it, so that, God forbid, I can always pick up.
Yeah, absolutely amazing, and we love that for you. And we are gonna see you tonight.
Amen. I'm really looking forward to tonight. I think I've never seen LD like this. I've never seen Beniers like this. I've been here so many times. I love LD, by the way. But the team on ground have done an amazing job. Even when we arrived, there was like a roadshow happening for Bien. So it's nice to be home. This is our first stop on home. Meru is next. And after then we end with Nairobi. So Twende Kazi, man, let's go.
Absolutely amazing. Twende Kazi. You can only find that and more right here on Mpasho.